This is our beautiful 2012 Keystone Bullet Premier. We just picked it up a couple of weeks ago in Washington. We actually got it from my in-laws. We bought it from them. It's 19 feet. It's extremely tall. I don't know what the height is, but it's 19 feet of living space. And we are going to renovate it.
Day one.
Woohoo! Really?
Right here, look.
Seriously?
Huh?
There was a black widow.
Hold on.
No, they can't.
Yeah, they can.
It's a tiny one. Yuck. You got it?
No, there's one right there.
No.
No. Yeah. Got it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we already took the dinette out, and the bunk beds are gonna go in there. So we've been working hard on making a plan. Building bunk beds in a slide can be kind of tricky, and since we've never done it before, we want to be really precise and not make sure that we don't add too much weight. We don't want to break anything. And here's the little kitchen. Of course, we're gonna paint everything and we'll put tile in. The only thing that we're gonna leave is probably the floor, because the floor is in fantastic condition and it's really not that bad. We have our entertainment center behind the slide and a really fantastic bathroom. Sink, toilet, little tub, and shower. Now that we have our schematics of all of our cabinets, it's time to take the cabinet doors off and label them. Okay, so this is cabinet number 1 here. And I like to put my labels under where the hinge goes. That way they're hidden. And then the best way to do that is to mark it with the number 1, and then put a small piece of painter's tape on top of it, so that when you do paint, you're not painting over your number, and that way you know exactly where your cabinet needs to go back. So there's your number, and then you just want to stick your tape right over the top, right where your hinge is going to go. And that way, when you peel it off, your number's still there. Okay, so all of the cabinet doors are off. They're all labeled. I have my little chart here telling me what's what. Got my curtains off. Got the front of the slide off. Getting ready for bunk beds. And it's looking good. Okay, let's talk about taking down these hideous box balances. I don't understand why they always put the worst fabrics and colors in these campers. It's just, I don't understand it. Anyway, there is a hidden screw right there, and you're gonna want to undo those. And then you can see it. There's screws up in there, there, and over there, and then another one tucked in to this corner. You're gonna have to lift up the fabric, but it's back there. So undo all those screws and everything should come off super easy. I want to talk about product for a second. I've been using Sherwin-Williams products for the last 15 years or so on all of our houses. and our remodels, I have found that the Extreme Bond Primer is by far the best. Very, very little prep work. I still sand and a little bit and then tack cloth it to make sure all the dust is off, and then I put the primer on. Now, this urethane enamel is amazing. It's because it dries hard. Not like your normal latex paint, which it dries, but it doesn't dry hard. This dries hard. I actually painted my bench with it here. And it's amazing. It has a really hard drying surface. It sticks really well and it holds up fantastic for cabinets that are gonna be used constantly when you're camping. Get a masker. To tape things off, oh my gosh, it makes life so much easier. And then get a really, really good kind of caulking that is crack-proof and flexible. Extreme Bond Primer from Sherwin-Williams. I'm gonna do a test. This is that paper wrapped trim from the camper. And then this is wrapped in the wallpaper for the camper. So I'm going to scuff it with some 220, and then I'm going to put some bonding primer on there, and then some of my fantastic urethane enamel, and we'll see how it does. Okay, so I wanted to do an experiment with this fantastic primer since we're doing the inside of an RV, and a lot of what's inside an RV is paper or vinyl or plastic, whatever. It's not, solid wood. So what I did is I have a piece of trim here that's covered in the wallpaper. That's all on the inside of the trailer. And then I have a piece of wood here that is the stuff that's covered in that paper stuff. So what I did, this side I sanded with 220. This side I did not sand, and then I put the primer on it. So this is the wallpaper. It's not coming off. That's the sanded side. And then this is the non-sanded side. And it is not coming off at all. This is the fake wood paper. This is the sanded side here. And that's not coming off. This is the non-sanded side. Oh, look at that, it goes right off. So we can see how important it is that we sand a surface before we prime it. How weird does that door look? It reminds me of a bathroom stall door because there's huge gaps on the top and the bottom. So we gotta change that for sure. Oh, I forgot to take that off. The blinds. I'm gonna do a new sink. It's gonna look fantastic. Okay, so I have my caulking gun, and over here I have my tub of warm water and my rag. And after you get your caulking on, take your wet rag, put it down, and it takes off all the extra, and it makes it nice and smooth, and it makes everything go by so much faster.
Turn off the propane, and then I'm unscrewing this gas connection with the flange. And, then we want to put a cap on that so the propane doesn't leak in here.
Yeah, that'd be a bummer.
And then there's some screws I gotta take off right here.
Okay.
And that should pull right out.
Do you have the cap for that?
I'm gonna check it.
Okay.
I'm not sure yet.
Okay. Uh-huh.
Okay, I might include.
I
might
think
have to
it's-
do. I might have to
Yep, that's what
unscrew
I
all
was
that.
thinking. Those guys under there. I think those guys need to come
I
out.
have to unscrew all
Yep.
those too.
Okay. Here she goes.
Okay.
So
I unscrewed everything.
it was those screws underneath there.
It was attached to like a little piece of wood underneath here, a little ledger board.
Okay. Let me cut the caulking off the back of the silicone.
Yeah. And this. Oh, okay.
Do you need my help?
This needs to come up. There we go.
You got it. Do you need my help?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh. Finally, the bunk beds are being made. We used, what are these? Redwood, what?
2x2s.
Redwood 2x2s. They're very light and very strong. And that's what you want. How fancy that is. So professional.
What's that?
Your little touch, your little details here.
I know. It's like super nice.
Yeah. So what length of screws did you use?
The length of the screw?
Yeah. What size screw did you use?
Once the screw sticks out of the wood right
Yeah.
here, it can't be more than an inch. So I'm doing it about 5/8 to 3/4 of an inch
Oh, okay.
where it sticks out.
I'll trust you on that one.
Kind of like, because where the original wood was for the benches,
Yeah.
it stuck out. Let me show you. It stuck out an inch,
Uh huh.
and I'm at like 3/4 of an inch.
Okay.
But the original wood for where the bench was, the screw went out about an inch down
Okay.
into the subfloor.
Okay.
So, but I'm making it a little bit like less,
Okay.
just because I got some really good screws.
Right.
Mhm.
Let's see what you're doing. Now flip it one more time. Now there you go.
Oh, there you go.
Okay, so for these little knobby things that are sticking out of the wall from where the screws were, I took out the medicine cabinet. I'm gonna put in a super cute vintage metal medicine cabinet that I restored. So you just take a putty knife, go this way, just kind of hit it from all directions to make sure it's nice and smooth. That gets that off. And if you feel like you want to sand it to make it even smoother, you can sand it. Showing you. Look at it, it's gone.
I know, isn't that crazy?
It's awesome.
Okay, so that's. I have like a little ledger board back there.
So excited.
I need to put.
Just like that.
Butter.
Look at that. Just like butter. Yeah. Not bad for a 20-year-old electric knife. Woo, look how comfy you are. Just look at it. It's so rad.
I like gloss piece.
This is so awesome.
I like it. I kind of like it like that.
You know, we could whitewash it a little.
Yeah.
I don't know. Well, we'll get it up and then we'll decide from there.
You could stain, like, just stain it.
Maybe.
Like some more gray.
Got some overspray. It doesn't feel cold in here. No, it looks good though. I mean, there's going to be overspray, but yeah, it's on. It's good. Stoked.
You're gonna have to like call it in there and paint.
That's fine.
And then over here, I can't get that.
That's fine. Yeah, I figured.
Okay. Watch out, I'm gonna.
Okay. Oh, I'm out of here. So we got it primed and we're super excited, but like always, we ran into an issue. And the issue is called clear silicone. And I don't know why, but there are so many spots filled with, like, look in the closet, that's all clear silicone. And then underneath the bed, that is all clear silicone. And the paint, well, the primer will kind of stick to it, but it'll stay bubbled up. You can't get rid of that look. So underneath the bed, we're gonna have to just put a new piece of plywood against that and then just paint it. It's no big deal. But areas like this, I'm just gonna re-caulk with the silicone caulking, paintable silicone caulking, and then get ready to paint. But it's everywhere. And there's a small spot underneath the kitchen. You see that there? So we're gonna scuff it with a scuffy pad or sand it a little bit, and then hopefully that'll take care of that little spot, but we'll see. Oh my gosh, you guys, this is not good. I need the sander. Ah, I should just drop my phone. Hold on a second. Okay, sorry. Anyway, so that silicone crap that they put in here, like, it's serious. I can't. That's bonding primer. That stuff sticks to everything, and it is just liquefied now completely. I mean, it's just puddled up. You see its drip marks? This is crazy. So what I'm doing, I don't know if anyone's ever ran into this problem before, and I've never seen a video on it, but I'm just taking a rag and I'm wiping it all off. Oh my gosh, it's like insane. And look, it's just wiping it off completely. And this is where there's no silicone, and it's like on there. That's where this is crazy. It's almost like they just sprayed this stuff all over the place. Anyway, I'm wiping it off, and then I'm gonna try sanding it and scuffing it, the area, and then I'm gonna, well, I'm gonna dry it first, and then I'm gonna try to sand it and scuff it. And then I'm gonna try to prime it after I sand and scuff, and then we'll come back and see what happens. This is such a mess.